when you want to become something, become a model, become a content creator, become anything, you have to embody that shit. Hey guys, my name is Charlie Rose and welcome to the Rose Knows. I'm really excited that you're here, and I'm really excited to talk about the topic of this video, okay? It is talking about how I became a model. Oh my gosh, yay! You guys know the drill. If you're new here, make sure that you tap in, okay? Don't be a freaking stranger, okay? We love to hear from you. But this is a topic that I'm very passionate about because I am a multi-hyphenate person. I do a lot of different things. If you don't know, I DJ, I create content, I dance, I model, I day trade too. I don't really talk about that often because I'm still like in the beginning stages, but I feel like I should start talking about that more too. But I feel like my switch and my growth to becoming a model started at quite a young age. And I just feel like I just want to start from ground zero, and I just want to bring you guys through it and like break it down. I actually just journaled out my entire journey from beginning, middle, end. Literally, I journaled out the entire thing so that I could effectively communicate it and I wouldn't miss any important parts, because if I get to the end of this video and I'm editing this and I'm like, I missed out on this whole thing, I would be so mad, and I want to share it with you guys. So here, the start of me wanting to model comes from my beautiful mother. Before she was a hairstylist, she's been a hairstylist for over 30 years. Before she was in the game, okay, she was a top model. Okay, my girl was on Dark and Lovely boxes, she was on magazine covers, she was video vixen. My girl was doing the thing, okay? So I've always just been super interested in modeling from my mom. Like, I'm just like, I'm meant to be in front of a camera. I always felt like that. But my first passion was always dance. Being that I was on dance teams and like those practices and things were very extensive, I wanted to model in the back of my mind. I would always tell my mom I wanted to model. And one, she just didn't know how to get me into the market, like in the new field of modeling. So this is July 2018. You guys will see that July is usually like a really pivotal time in my years. Like July is when something crazy happens. So July, I'm 12 years old and I do my first ever test shoot. This test shoot, I was so excited to be here. My mom had like this concept that she had seen on Pinterest. It was like really big hair, kind of like a Hamilton-like blazer. I just say Hamilton-like because I was performing Hamilton around this time as well, because I was indulging in my singing era at this time as well. Guys, I've dabbled in every creative literally endeavor ever. Like, it's so fire. But I was taking singing lessons at this time, and I ended up performing at my mom's breast cancer awareness brunch that she was hosting yearly. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna perform Hamilton. This is me, and I'm performing Hamilton, and I'm wearing what I wore in my test shoot to dress as Hamilton, and it was so tea. When I tell you, this was one of my favorite pictures of myself. I ended up doing the shoot with my mom as well, and it was just so great. It was great to see my mom behind the camera, and then she's also giving me pointers, and I was working with Daniel Green, I believe that's the name of the photographer that did my first ever test shoot, so shout out to you, okay? And it was so fun. I was incorporating my dance. I was learning how to incorporate dance into taking pictures, because I knew how to take pictures, but I didn't really know how to hold my face. I didn't know how to really utilize my dance skill into creating pictures and like shapes when I was like in front of the camera. So my mom was helping me with that. And honestly, overall, I was just having a time of my life. Like, I was just vibing out. Like, you see me? I was vibing out. I was feeling the music. Like, I'm still like very like, I'm in my dancer era, but I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm actually in a studio. I'm actually shooting with people. So this was like really showing me that I can actually do this. This is just a whole another realm of work, and like I really have to build this up. And I say that because if you guys don't know my dance journey, I could not dance a lick. I barely had rhythm. I couldn't pick up any kind of choreography, none of that. I couldn't do that. Everybody was looking at me like, Charlie Rose, are you sure that you want to dance? You don't want to try karate? And I did do kickboxing, guys. I did kickboxing, and I was like, no, I still want to go dance. So dance was my first ever passion. And I feel like with building up that passion and like learning that like you just have to put one foot in front of the other at such a young age in order to really get my foot in the door, be on dance teams, being called out at dance conventions, like those were the main things that I was focused on in like my really early ages. So now when I'm like, I want to be a model, I'm putting that same dedication and passion and like that same framework that I had for dance, and I'm just putting it into modeling in a different way. After I did this test shoot, I really didn't have not only like the resources, like I just didn't know what to do after I had these pictures. Like I really needed something like a digital, something that was very clean, no makeup on my face, you know, but I didn't know what we didn't know what we was doing, okay? We didn't know. So being that I am so heavily into dance right now, and I have dance practice 5 times a week, literally I have absolutely no time. We have school, then we have dance, then homework, school, dance, homework, school, dance, homework. I was eat, breathing, and sleeping. Eat, breathing, sleeping? Whatever. Eat, breathing, sleeping, whatever. Dance at the time. So I couldn't go and try to figure out how I'm going to pursue modeling because dance is keeping me busy and dance has a strong framework, and I'm not quitting. I'm like, end goal for dance was actually to be on stages. Like I really wanted to be on stages, but I was afraid to be on stages. I wasn't afraid to be on stages with my team and with my group. I was afraid to be on stages independently, and I was afraid to put myself out there in a way that wasn't in a team dynamic. So even that's a whole nother story, but I don't want to talk about dance in this that deeply in this video. We'll talk about it in another video. But that was my main goal, and that's what I really wanted for dance. So I didn't know how that was going to come about, but I knew that if I keep getting higher in the ranks of like my dance studio and just getting older and just like building with a dance studio, I knew that I was going to get somewhere sometime, you know? So we're in 2020, so it's 2 years after I have my first test shoot. Didn't really do anything with those pictures. Still like I want to model, but still not knowing how to. I'm probably submitting to agencies like randomly on my computer, but I'm also realizing that I need to have a guardian to help me submit the pictures, and it was just a lot going on. My mom was always at work. I couldn't really get everything together. I just knew what I wanted to do, but I just couldn't put the pieces together to actually get it there. So I'm really doing my research on YouTube. You know me, I'm gonna deep dive on YouTube. We all know YouTube University is the best university. You know, it's the best university. So I'm looking up, how do I become a model? How did I become a model? Modeling vlogs. I'm watching all of that stuff. All of the stuff that I'm making now are videos that I used to watch, and that is just mind-blowing to me, and I love that. And that's just so beautiful because I really genuinely used to type in, how do I become a model? And I couldn't really find the answers that I realistically needed. And I'm like, I just feel like my approach to it was just a little bit different. I was just like, Instagram was such a key platform in 2020. Everybody was always posting pictures and they were going viral. People are getting in contact with their talent through Instagram. That's what I was figuring out with watching all of these YouTube videos. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool. I need a portfolio. So I'm gonna make Instagram my portfolio. So let's start taking fit pictures. Let me become a person of influence, if you could say. That's kind of how I was thinking. I was like, let me become a person of influence. Let me become a person that they're constantly seeing on their feed. My main goal was to be the first person on your feed every single morning. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm not posting for my friends and my family. I'm posting for the person that I want to see my content behind doors. I want them to be like, oh yeah, wait, Charlie Rose, did you see she posted this fit pic and she was looking beautiful and the fit was fire, and then she was using, what's it called? I was using, what's it called? Fuji? Y'all know Fuji? I was using Fuji, and it was creating like a nice eerie, like, y'all look at this picture. These pictures were, that was the time my brother was using Fuji, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna use Fuji. And we was taking some fly pictures on my phone, and I was just having fun creatively. Like, my outfits were growing, and I was getting there with my style and understanding like how I like to dress my body, and taking the pictures was just so much fun for me. Like, I was having fun. I felt like anybody could see this. I was like, this could pop up on somebody's explore page and they could want to send me a pair of sneakers. And I was like, literally no one has ever failed with consistency. So if I consistently just post pictures and dance videos, because that's all I'm thinking about is pictures and dance videos, every day I'm in the middle of the street having my mama record or take a picture of me in the middle of the street of me either dancing or me because I just knew that I was bound to be somebody. I know that I am bound to be somebody that holds power, that holds presence. I just knew it. I probably didn't necessarily say it in that way while I'm, 12, 13, 14, but now I'm really understanding that I understood and I like settled with the fact in my brain that I am an influencer. I am a content creator. I am somebody that brings influence. Like, I just knew that I was going to be somebody that brought influence. Now it's 2022 and brands are reaching out to me on Instagram. Yes, I wanted to be a model and I wanted to be in studios, but I'm like, I had the understanding I have to start somewhere in order to get somewhere. Like, I have to start here in order to get somewhere, So I'm like, hold on. Brands are sending me stuff. Like, it was like runway was sending me stuff. What else? Skincare brands were sending me stuff. I was doing a lot of skincare at the time. This is in like 2021. So I'm still in high school. So I'm like, hold on, okay. This is getting me somewhere because I did just start this and I was like, okay, I'm going to be consistent and let's just see where this gets me. I don't know if it's going to get me scouted. I don't know if it's going to get me. I don't know where it's going to get me. I just know I want to be a person of influence and I genuinely love putting out content and just creating a vibe. Like, I just love creating a vibe. Okay, I love creating a vibe. So now I'm like, period. So brands are working out with me. I'm like, now brands are working with me because they like who I genuinely am. They like my style. All that these brands sending me stuff confirmed was that there is something here. I'm not just doing this and I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional and I'm just doing stuff just to do stuff and I just need to stick to dance. Like, this is validating the fact that I'm not doing this for no reason, and what I envision for my life, other people are able to see that because I'm being intentional with what I'm putting out into the world. Does that make sense? With brands reaching out to me, I was like, okay, cool. So if a brand's gonna reach out to me, doesn't that mean I can reach out to a brand? Mind you, I'm still having modeling in the back of my mind, but I also wanted to be a content creator. I wanted to be an influencer. I wanted to do everything in fashion. I still want to do everything in fashion. So I'm just like, okay, I could be a little influencer. Okay, like, this is just another way to get into the door of modeling for brands for real. So I'm pitching myself insanely. When I tell you, I sent about 2,000 emails in the summer of 2021. I promise you. So then it was fall of 2021, I'm getting packages. You can ask my mom. My mom is like, what? She's like, are you ordering it? I'm like, no, Mom, these brands are sending them to me. And yeah. And she's like, what? Why are these brands sending it to you? Mind you, I'm not necessarily getting any commission for this at this point. Like, it's just a lot of like gifted stuff. But I knew that if other brands saw that I was getting PR, and that I'm working with these skincare brands, and that I'm working with this toothpaste brand, and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that, then why wouldn't they want to work with me? Because I already have the experience. I've already done it. Like, in my head, this is even more fuel to keep going. I'm like, bet I'm going to keep pitching myself, bet I'm going to keep posting, and bet I'm going to keep showing up as the person that I want to be. Because at the end of the day, that's really all this is. Showing up as the person that you want to be in order to attract the opportunities, attract the people, and the mindset that's going to allow you to actually be ready for the blessings that you are praying for, you know? Like when you're praying for something, and if I was praying to become a model, right? I really want to be a model. I really want to be a model. I really want to be a model. But I'm not used to being in front of the camera. So now, once I'm praying, I want to be a model, say an opportunity comes in front of me, but I get that opportunity and I'm not prepared for that. So once I get in front of the camera, I don't know how to pose. I don't even know how to look at the camera. I get shy. I start crying. But on the flip side, if I said intentionally that I want to be a model, so I'm gonna create a portfolio for myself. If that means that I'm gonna take my phone and my tripod and go outside and put on some nice fits and look cute, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because that's the exact same thing that I would be doing as if I were already a model today. So that's the idea that I had in my head when I said, okay, cool. I want to be a model, so I'm going to embody all the things that a model does. I had the brain. I was like, how do models think? How do they wake up? What do they eat? Like, how do they take care of themselves? How are they posting on Instagram? What portfolio do they have? Like, I'm just like, I'm like storytelling my life as if I had already had the thing that I was aspiring to have or do or be or have, you know? So once all these brands start sending me stuff, that's even more reassurance at the fact that I am who I say I am, you know? Because there was a lot of times people weren't commenting on my posts. My friends stopped liking my posts. People were making fun of me in my high school. Like, little slick comments. Like, you know, nothing crazy. Because, girl, you ain't going not too much. But, like, it would, you know, just be, like, little slick comments. Like, oh, I saw what you posted. Like, you know, and it would have me, like, kind of feeling away, but I'm just like, at the end of the day, if I would have stopped then, I wouldn't be where I was now. I have 5,000 followers on Instagram. When I tell you, you know how long I've been praying for 5,000 followers on Instagram? Huh? Like, some people would be ungrateful at the fact that it's not 50K, but I'm like, bro, I've been working for this shit. When I hit 1K, you know how long I've been praying for 1K? Huh? What? Like, literally, I'm telling you, bro, when you want to become something, become a model, become a content creator, become anything, you have to embody that shit. I feel like that's why I've mastered being able to step into multiple different fields, is because I've embodied the fact that I'm going to have success already in that field. So the way that I'm moving when I'm learning it, the way that I'm moving when I'm talking about it, when I'm doing the thing, I'm already believing that I have it and that I am already that. Before I walked on a New York Fashion Week stage, I already knew that I had the confidence to walk on a New York Fashion Week stage. I'm practicing my walk. I'm already ready. So that by the time I'm booked, whether that's 2 years or 1 year later, I've been practicing my walk. What are you talking about? This is for me. This is meant for me. You know what I mean? I've been practicing my walk. I've been mogging in the friggin' camera. I'm ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? That's what becoming something is. Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Be prepared before the opportunity gets there. Be prepared before the opportunity gets there. So that once that opportunity to be a model is there, you're already ready. My walk, my mug, everything is tea. Okay, so yeah, so now we're in 2022 and I've completely decided to leave competitive dancing. For me, it just wasn't fulfilling. Like, I was just like, that trophy just wasn't for me. Okay, it wasn't fulfilling, and I'm like, I want to go full-time in modeling. And honestly, I cried so crazy when I left my dance team, because I just knew that I was leaving. I had to let go of something in order to open up a new door. My mom always taught me that. You have to let go of something might have to say no to something in order to say yes to something else. So at this point, I'm just like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've gotten my skills. I've gotten what I needed from this experience. So now I have to leave in order to grow. So now I'm going to grow, and I'm like, bet. I want to model. Doesn't mean I'm not going to dance still, because that's a whole skill I've been building my entire 17 years at this point. So I'm like, bet. Now let me just go into another field and let me actually just capitalize and go 10 times harder the way I couldn't before, because I had this other passion that I was so deeply rooted in. Now I'm not even rooted in that no more. I got all the time to focus on this other thing I've been building slowly in the background. So slowly in the background of my dance career, I was slowly building up my Instagram, slowly building up my social media presence, and now I'm like, okay, bet I can go 10 times as hard. I can go 10 times as hard. Bet. Exactly what I did. I'm posting every single day. Basically every single day. I'm posting stories. I'm on TikTok. I'm figuring out YouTube because I'm still having this understanding that anybody can see my video. Anyone can see my video. A casting director for Gap can see my video. A casting director for Topicals can see my video. A casting freaking director for Puma can see my video today. Why wouldn't I put my all into it? Why wouldn't I want to be consistent? Why wouldn't I just want to keep going? Because anybody could see my video today. I could be booked tomorrow. I can literally post something tonight, wake up tomorrow, and I get a DM of an opportunity. I can literally wake up tomorrow and have an email offer for this brand trip or this or that. Literally, I'm telling you, people will be like, you don't have overnight success, and that's correct. You don't have overnight success. But once you get to the point, it's like you have that success. People think it's overnight success, but it's like it kind of starts to feel like that because it's like I've been working for so long and I've been building up brick by brick by brick. So baby step after baby step after baby step after baby step. Then this one random baby step that you put out, that one random post that you put out just went absolutely viral. And then now you got booked for a modeling job. Then you got booked for a DJ job. Then you got booked for a trading job. Not a trading job. Then you got booked for a trading seminar. I don't know. Because I've been posting all of this content. So now that this one little baby step went viral, now all of the previous baby steps have an opportunity to get you an opportunity because that one little baby step that you posted went viral. So now people are going to go look at all those other fashion pictures, all of those other dance videos, all of those other DJ videos, and then now you get other opportunities just because that one baby step, just because you did not give up with the baby steps. Now you have a huge step. Now you have a plethora of opportunities coming towards you because you did not stop. Are you getting me? And I'm saying this for every career. It's about building that slow build up. People don't want that slow build up. Sometimes I even find myself like, damn, I should already be there. Damn, I should already did this. I should already did that. But no, bro. When I was writing this out, I was like, I'm jumping for joy because I really built my life brick by brick. Brick by brick, bro. Even this YouTube channel, brick by freaking brick. I'm about to hit 500 subscribers on this YouTube channel. I've been praying for 500 subscribers for so long. For so long, guys. So long. Like, I really hope that you're feeling this energy because no one has ever beat consistency, bro. No one has ever beat consistency, ever. No one's ever beat consistency. Whatever you want to become. You want to become a model, be consistent. Figure out what way could you give 1% to something and it could just get you there 1% better. If that means you need to be cold emailing a modeling agency every single day, at least one modeling agency every single day, at least one, bro, I'm telling you, at least one of them is going to respond at some point. You get me? I'm like, when I was cold emailing brands, DMing brands, just DMing them off the whim, pitching myself, just trying to just figure out new ways to get my name out there. I'm telling you, I would probably apply to 100 or submit about 100 pitches a day, right? I'm telling you, all you need is 3 people to get back to you. 3 people, 5, 10 people will get back to me from those 100 people that I submitted to in that one day. Within that month, 5 or 10 people will get back to me. And that is 5 to 10 opportunities that I didn't have before I posted that video or before I reached out to them. Being consistent and constantly just putting yourself out there leaves and opens up a space for opportunity to come in because you're showing the outside world what you are working to become. So you're showing up as that person already. So then people see you and they're like, wait, oh, okay, I actually do see that girl being in this campaign. Let me contact her because she's talking so pretty on this video. So let me contact her about this fashion campaign. Like, I never know who's watching this video. You could be watching this video and you could be a casting director. I don't know. I'm telling you, y'all, putting yourself out there will get you so many places. So lastly, this is 2023. Now I'm literally graduating high school and I'm going into college, and I decided to go to college in New York City. I'm very close to New York City right now, but it's about a 30-minute drive away from me, which is very convenient. But I knew that if I went to college in New York City, I would have peak opportunity to get wherever I needed to get to. Because at this time, I had been to a couple castings, but I hadn't really been to too many castings because I would be driving to the city looking for parking. It just wouldn't be as economical for me at this time. Because the second I got my car, y'all, I was outside, but I was realizing I was a little bit limited. So now that I'm moving to New York City, I can get to castings in 5 to 10 minutes when it used to take me 30 minutes. So if I see a casting on my Instagram and I have to be there at 2 o'clock and I'm seeing it at 11, I can actually get there. Like, you know what I mean? Or you get me. If I see it an hour before and I can get there, I can actually get there, and that's another level of opportunity. I knew that if a brand reached out to me and they wanted me to go somewhere, I don't know, like whatever opportunity came to me in New York City, I knew I would have so much access. I knew I would just have so much access. I ended up living in New York City for a year, and when I tell you it changed my life, it quite literally changed my life. I was able to go to a New York Fashion Week runway show my freshman year of college, right? So I went to a casting and I stayed in line for the longest time, and I got inside, walked, nobody said nothing, literally. It was a very interesting experience, but nobody said nothing, but they gave us opportunities to get tickets to go to the fashion show that we didn't make it to walk in. I think that's funny. Hold on. Anyways, I brought my friends with me to this fashion show, and maybe it was like 6 of us. We're all sitting front row. What? We're all sitting front row in this amazing fashion show, whole bunch of photographers. It was, bro, when I tell you, it was absolutely insane. I met like some really, really cool people, like sitting next to us. We were having great conversations. Honestly, for me, it was about putting myself out there. Like, I was meeting new people, I was making new connections, and just having like conversations with people that I'm in the space that I had prayed to be in. I think that was the thing that was really so interesting to me and so beautiful, because I'm like, God answers your prayers, and I'm sitting in it. So my heart's racing, I'm smiling, I can't stop smiling, and I'm just grateful to be able to share this with like the new friends and connections I had made. So I'm watching this runway show. I didn't walk my freshman year, 2023. I didn't walk. I was just there, and I was happy to be there. I was happy to be on the runway. I was happy to meet photographers. I met a photographer. I ended up taking some pictures, and I just really, really, really felt like I was exactly where I was meant to be. And it was everything that I had wanted it to be. I wanted to just immerse. I like the beginning stages of things. The beginning stages of things is so beautiful, especially when you know you've been working and this is not even really your beginning. It's like, I don't even know, your prelude, not the interlude, it's like the prelude. I don't know, the previews. I don't know how do I want to say it, but I felt like it's only up from here, because I was just in parking lots taking pictures and fit pics, and now I'm sitting front row at a New York Fashion Week runway show, and I'm meeting photographers and taking lifestyle, random, spontaneous pictures in the middle of New York City. What? Hello? Huh? It's like things started to get scary, because I'm like, wait, the power of my tongue, when I say I want to do something and I want something to happen, it really happens. So I was getting scared, but I was just like, hold on, I can't let fear slap me out of my blessing. So I'm like, okay, bet, let me just take full advantage of this. So now, after New York Fashion Week, I'm 10 toes down. I'm like, even more content, filming more content, more dance videos. I'm just putting stuff out there. I'm like, anybody can see me, and I'm in New York City, so I can get to these events. I can get to these networking events. I can get to Soho. I can connect. You know, I could take some flicks. I could just be in a whole vibe. And that's exactly what I was doing. That's exactly what I was doing. I was living it up. Living la vida loca. I was thrifting. I was having a lot of fun with my fashion. And I was just doing the damn thing, okay? So now we're in 2023. A super, 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 super pivotal year for me. Now, this is my first ever time walking a New York Fashion Week runway show. At the time, I wanted to be a runway model. Now, I'm very more interested in commercial modeling. Not that I'm not interested in runway modeling. It's definitely really, really fun to just give a little, like a moment, you know? But I'm like more geared towards wanting to do like commercial modeling, and that's the way that I'm setting myself up, and that's the way that I'm pitching myself as well. But I did my first ever New York Fashion Week runway show. I went to a casting, and I got casted. I went to a casting, guys, for Daniel's Leather, and I got casted. When I think that was my first time ever getting casted for a runway show, ever. And after that, skyrocketed. When I tell you, after that, I couldn't stop doing runway shows. When I tell you, I literally did Daniel's Leather winter 2023. And then after that, I did Brooklyn Fashion Week. I did Brooklyn Fashion Week twice, I believe. And I just did something else. I just did Daniel Leather again for the fall. And it was just so fire, guys. It was everything that I ever wanted to do. I wanted to just walk runways. I was so excited. I'm like, I'm walking a runway. I'm walking a runway in a blue fur. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I was like, guys, it was just 2018, and I was over here, and being a model in a runway was in the back of my head at 12 years old. And now I'm 18, walking a runway show in New York City? What? And then I also ended up opening a runway show as well. I don't even think I ended up getting the videos of that walk, but I ended up literally opening a runway show for Brooklyn Fashion Week. I was like, huh? And it's all because I embodied being a model. So the presence that I hold when I walk into a space is, I know who I am. I'm a baddie. I'm a model. I'm a fashion model. You know? I hold that. And it's never on no cocky shit. You know what I mean? It's never on no, I'm better than you. It's never that. It's just I stand and I know who I am. I know who I am. I've built this brick by brick. I better know who I am, you know? So once I did that, I was just like, okay, at this point, I can do whatever. I can do it all. I can do it all. And from 2024 to 2025, I've done so much. I've done so much in dance. I've done so much in modeling. I modeled for a Visu. I modeled for like a Reebok inspired shoot. I modeled for some clothing brands, some small clothing brands, some shoe brands. Like, what? I can't even believe I just said 4. Yeah. And look what I said. I really do this. I really do this, okay? I literally built my life brick by brick, and I just hope that this showed you that you can do the exact same thing. It all starts with the intention. Like, you have to intentionally be like, I'm going to do this. So these are the steps that I need to do. These are the steps I need to take in order to get 1% better each day, or one baby step in the direction of where I want to be. You know? Like, if I did not start in 2018 posting on Instagram, being like for real, and doing that test shoot, I wouldn't be here today. I really wouldn't. And that just shows that the decisions that you make today will impact you eventually in the future. Like, eventually it will impact you, whether that's in a beautiful way or not a beautiful way. You will see the fruits of your labor. 2024, 2025. That's been like 7 years, guys. 7 years of just consistency, trial and error, seeing what works. Like, the quality of my Instagram photos are so much better now. The quality of my YouTube videos is so much better now. The quality of my dancing, the way that I dance, the way that I move is so much different than the way that I was moving when I was freaking 5 and 6 and 7 and 11. Like, it's just beautiful to see the growth. And also, when you are working to be a model or like a content creator, there's so many ways that you can do it, because you can do it like the traditional way and going into the agency and just like showing up for an open call. You can send in your digitals, you can build a portfolio and hope that the right people find you, because that's realistically what I did. I built a portfolio on Instagram and was just like, the right people are going to find me. The people that are supposed to work with me are going to find me. I felt like I didn't have to chase after that. I felt like when I was going to the castings, like, that's why I didn't love going to like runway castings. I felt like I'm literally standing on this line that's going a block around a block around, like, it's literally wrapped around the block twice, and they might not even see me, but I knew that this was one step in the direction, because if I do get in front of these people, I don't know what could happen. And then I realized that I could do this from Instagram, because those same people in those chairs that are waiting to see me while I'm standing on a line that dropped around the block twice is 9 times out of 10 probably scrolling on Instagram while girls are walking in front of them. So I'm like, let me just get on Instagram, because I was starting to realize that, like, when I was walking, I'm like, these judges or these people, like, these scouts are not even really looking at us to like see us. They're not getting to know our personalities or just how we work. I'm just like, if I build a portfolio where people can just come and experience me here, it's gonna take me far. So that's how I became a model, and I'm still growing. Right now, I'm not signed with anybody. I am currently a freelance model. Everything that I have achieved and that I've gotten, and like the things that I worked on, has solely just come from me building up my portfolio through Instagram. Power of just meeting people through social media. Like, yes, it could be a little weird, be cautious, have discernment, you know what I mean? But when you really are able to connect with people through Instagram, bro, it could be so fire. Like, honestly, there was a time I literally just okay, the way I got that Avisu, real quick, the way I got the Avisu photo shoot, I literally walked into Avisu and I was vlogging, and the owner of like, and the manager of the store was like, hey, like, do you want a model? And I was like, yes, I do. Literally, maybe it was based off of how I dress, how I present myself, but I gave model. You know? It's like I'm walking in this space and I gave model. I'm giving model. So opportunities are going to come to me. Are y'all getting how I'm talking about just like becoming and embodying the thing that you want already, so that all the opportunities can just flow to you because you're already sitting in that? You're already sitting in your dreams. You're already sitting in the embodiment of who you want to become. So you have to be that now in order to attract those opportunities. It's not about a later date. It's about, what are you doing today? What are you doing right now, huh? You know? So yeah, that's the end of my tangent. I've been talking for quite a while, but I really hope that like this was super fire. Like, I really enjoyed talking about like how I built my life brick by brick, okay? How I run this, okay? Because I'm doing it again right now with DJing. I'm starting from ground zero again with DJing. So I'm very excited. And I do it all. I do everything. I dance, I still model, I'm doing it all. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Please let me know if this video resonated with you, because I just love talking. I love talking. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.